Hello, everyone. Welcome to Billy Ho Sports. Currently finalizing Haskell Saturday's tickets and videos, picks, plays, all that kind of good stuff, any kind of angles. We'll get to that pick four. I believe it's 400,000. I thought I read 500,000 guaranteed, but I'm looking at the past performances. It says 400K. So I don't know. It's still a lot of money, but it's a pick four ticket. So maybe we'll have better luck. We've been getting 4 out of 5 on the pick 5 a lot. So maybe we'll just nail this one down this time. The Haskell betting video is going to drop just a little bit later, and that's where we'll draw for split the pot number 2 for the week. So you don't want to miss that video. It's coming out very soon. You can set your notification bells. It'll let you know when it drops. Check the description for details, how to get in the split the pot draw, and just subscribe, leave a comment, give a like, all that kind of good stuff usually gets it done for you. So we're going to do this pick 4 video first up. We're going to jump right into race number 9, get things started. Let's do it. So leg 1 kicks off with race number 9, the Wolf Hill Stakes. That is going to be a separate video out sometime soon. So 5.5 furlongs on the turf for 3-year-olds and up. Number 1, Bucarino gets us started. Several horses giving the grass a shot this first time around, and Bucarino is one of them, a really good sprinter, has lots of good success making the move. Rail post is hot, cutting back in distance. So this one could be a top contender. The breeding's kind of there for the on the dam side, and Bucarino is back. Catheros, who I've seen a lot of sired turf runners. So 20% clip on the rail, shorter distance, sharp workouts. Can't beat that. So give that one a look. Number 2 is Super Chow, another one going to the grass for the first time. Kind of weird, 12-1 morning line odds. I thought they'd be lower. I thought this horse was a little more popular or better than that. But, looking at the results, they are kind of middling throughout the career here and not a whole lot of graded stakes experience. The female family does run deep in the grass. He has excelled in wet conditions. So he's got 4 wins and a place in 5 starts in wet conditions. Recent win in the slop at Monmouth was excellent. It was going to be the turf debut, but it got pulled because of the weather. So this one will be the first one. He skated over the wet surface for the win, so I'm not going to ignore him, and hopefully we get a price. You can see Dam has produced 1 turf winner, 26% trainer winning the last race. All that stuff is good. Jorge Delgado gets it done. He's winning a pretty good clip right now, 12, 12, and 8 and 60 starts. So Super Chow, get on it. Fierce and Strong, probably not going to get there. Little known about the connections. Does have back-to-back wins. The Outfit Soup was a state bred in Pennsylvania. So, it's not super great, but it's all right. Very, very super flying pace at Penn National on that turf. So Connor, up-and-coming jockey, pretty good jockey on turf for sure, but not going to get there. Silver Slugger is another one that might garner some interest. Number 1 in Prime Power, got the Macho Man, Sammy Camacho, riding. First time for everything. It's kind of this race. This 5-year-old takes to the grass. The 5-year-old gelding, serious speed, though, just lost by a head in the NYRA Stakes, which is kind of weird because you see him kind of banging his way up the claiming ranks here and then runs in the Pelican, not so good. And then immediately it's like, oh, we want to get rid of this horse. Drop him in for 16K, he wins. 12K, he wins. 12K, he wins. And then goes second by head in the NYRA. So they go right back into the claiming ranks, but a little bit over his head at Saratoga. And a nice win for 20K, but the class doesn't seem to be there. I don't think the front running style is going to get it done. So 4 Harp, I have same feelings about. 10-1. It did grab up a stakes win at Laurel, but has since struggled. Flashes some good early speed, but doesn't seem to be able to hold it. So I am not going to go there. Now, the ultimate pronunciation. Here we go. Isi Vungu Vungu is your number 6 horse. Going to be second in the Prime Power. Sam Marin rides 5-2 morning line, Grand Motion. This South African bred horse, grade 1 winner, or group 1 over there, 7-year-old, won his first race in the stakes. Class sells, so I like him here. Didn't run well in Dubai, but did face a big international contingent. So I'm going to stick with my guns here, even though he's some pick him to win. I'm going to say he doesn't because just my rule of the first race, no matter how long it was, off of the Dubai trip doesn't seem to work out. Number 7 is my special, I guess, 3-star bet here. Number 7 is Nothing Better. 3-1 is a tough sprinter. vast stakes experience, including last year's edition of the Wolf Hill, a winner, and second, 3 straight seconds, moved up to a grade 3, ran pretty well at 6, and then this elusive quality, if you look, there's a elusive quality, an elusive quality down here. Maybe this horse just doesn't like the elusive quality, because this race, you can see he actually botched it, reared up at the start, and then had to be checked, and then just never was in the race. But the same, I mean, he did get out of the gate this time, but just weakened down the stretch. So cutting back in distance is good. And coming off that race, I think might hopefully go a little bit overlooked anyway. The debut was off a long layoff. I think much needed race that May 3rd, and then getting another layoff for some more training. So I think what they saw was a lack of fitness there, and then put them back on the shelf, and then went back right back at it. And you can see these back-to-back bullet works down here, right here, back-to-back 4 and 49. So I think maybe the fitness will be there, and nothing better than getting a winner. So let's do it. Number 8 is Amon. 9-2, flashes some class, pretty good effort in the Shakertown at Keeneland. Finished 5th in this race in 2024. Technically a drop in class, but I don't like the speed here. Just a little bit in the low 80s. And yes, I don't hold as much water when it comes to turf speed, but when it's turf sprints, I kind of do look at speed, and the 80s just ain't getting it done here. So this is not a ruse. It is the real deal. This is Billy Ho Sports. So hit that subscribe button and smash that like while you're at it. 20-1 morning line ruse, much the same as the 8 horse, but without the class. It's remotely possible that the switch from a route to a sprint could improve chances, but I'm not seeing it here. So I am going to go with the number 7, nothing better. 90% in the money at Monmouth in 11 starts. That's pretty good. 5 wins. So 5 wins, 11 starts, and 90% in the money. So I hope that poor outing last time helps the odds board. The number 1 Bucarino, I think, is the most talented sprinter, but will he be able to do it on the grass? Number 2, Super Chow's a good sprinter on dirt, but hasn't run on grass either. The race sets up well for the 7, I think. So I am going to make it a 3-star play, but the Wolf Hill selections will be the 7. I'm going to play a 7 trifecta key box, the 7 with the 1-2-6. And then leg 1 is going to be a little bit of a spread. I might actually come race day decide to single the 7 in a pick 4 or something like that, but we're going to go 1-2-6-7 because we got money to burn. 1-2-6-7 kicks us off, and now we move on to race number 10, the Molly Pitcher. This one is a mile and a 16th on the dirt, 3-year-olds and upward, grade 3 Molly Pitcher. We start with number 1, Candied. This is a really, really good field, by the way. Candied has a win at Monmouth at this distance last year in the Ladies' Secret. The Todd Pletcher trained Candy Ride filly. She's a gamer. 11 starts in her career, 4 wins, 2 seconds, 4 thirds. So obviously banging on the tote board. She's just consistent across the board. I think she'll be in the mix, entering off a 2-month layoff. Her last outing was at Pimlico in the DuPont versus a good field, and she got it done as the favorite. So I like Candied here. We'll move to the number 2, Occult, and this is a Chad Brown. No rider chosen yet. Guess they're just waiting for something to pop up or something to open up for him. But he's a high percentage trainer, 30% beaten favorite. This one did not look good at all. If this is supposed to be a grade 3 horse or a grade 2 horse, had some good races right here in the Go for Wand and the Spinster, things of that nature. Double Dog Dare was a 4th place, and that's just kind of blah. So Candied actually outfinished the mare, and then was just an odds-on favorite in the Ladies' Secret listed stakes, and really got blown out by Majestic Oops, and soundly beaten. I don't know if maybe just didn't like the slop or just didn't care. Wasn't trying to fully crank him, trying to save it for this race, but I just didn't like the effort. Number 3, randomized, another Todd Pletcher, 9-2. We're going to give most every horse that didn't run well in the Ogden Phipps a pass, because the track conditions were just worse than sloppy. They were just soul snatching, is what I like to call it, and that's what the rival in this race, Darth Vader, did that day. She, just like in the Empire Strikes Back, snatched Luke Skywalker's soul when he revealed that he was his father. So anyway, this front runner usually teams up with stablemate Raging Sea, and she sets them up, and Raging Sea knocks them down for the most part. But if she can get on the lead and control the pace, she's live to wire. So I'll have some interest in randomized coming up. And then we got to look at this Majestic Oops upside your head. And that's what she did to the previous two horses, a colt. She went right upside the head, hit that stretch drive, and pulled clear by 4. So really, really good results. 3 straight, including 2 stakes wins. Probably a sleeper. Probably a little bit class lacking, so to speak. Trainer Dan Ward runs her out of Oaklawn since he picked her up last fall. She's 3-2-0 in 7 starts. Like I said, including that Lady's Secret, which was her top speed figure. So I would look for exotics on that one. I don't think it's going on the pick 4 ticket, but we're going to go to number 5. Darth Vader. So talked about the Ogden Phipps. I mean, what a lights out race. I guess it was a dream trip, perfect setup. She stalked the leader. I believe it was Dazzling Move, just tried to run away from him in that slop and wasn't able to hold on. So Darth Vader just kind of tracked along. And then the rest of them got lost in the mix. And then all of a sudden it was Darth Vader and a tiring Dazzling Move down the stretch. And she just cruised right on by. So I don't think that that's a repeatable race. She was 22-1 in the La Troyenne, ran 4th. Um, Lots of 4th place finishes. It does have some few good efforts. Almost beat pretty mischievous 2 years ago in the Acorn, but other than that, just a horse that I would probably use in exotics, but a solid horse nonetheless. Regaled, not going to get there on this one. It's a new pickup for Whit Beckman, but it's a big ask for her first. She lacks speed and probably will be far back trying to close, so I'm passing there. And Leslie's Rose did us a big favor because she's going to run today at the Saratoga in the Chuvy on Friday. So that takes out a potential contender to kind of screw us up. So that leads me to Power Squeeze, best bet number 2 on the day. Ding, ding, ding. Power Squeeze is 7-2. Was half beaten, or 1/2 the odds, beaten favorite by a neck at Serena Song at the Monmouth there. And I don't mind that. It's not that bad coming in. She missed it by a neck. Castellano probably just mistimed it a little bit, but and also just really a really slow pace, -15, -12. You talking about 24:48, and then 113 going a mile 70 on a track that should favor a little bit of speed. So hard to catch a leader like that, but she is such a gamer. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking running her against the boys in the Pegasus World Cup Invitational. I mean, that's like a premier Grade 1 open company race. You got Skippy Longstocking, White Abario locked, everything like that. And she didn't run a lick. She got beat by 11 and reluctant to load. She is like almost like she knew she was in over her head. So they give her a layoff and then they bring her right back in the Ghost Sapper and run against White Abario again. But she did. I don't remember the size of the field, but other than White Abario, it was a pretty weak top field. And she just kind of plodded in there for second after getting beat by 5 1/4. But it was a good race. And then she goes back to cheaper company and gets beat. So anyway, we are going to break off right there. So rounding out the field is going to be the number 9 Chill. That's a 20-1 long shot from Vicky Oliver. Luis Saez does ride, but this one I'm not seeing the move up in class being a successful one. It's coming in off a win at Churchill Downs, 80K. Her speed figure tops out at 92, but we need a little more than that. I think there's just a little bit too good a competition in here. So basically what it amounts to for me is Delgado 24% off the layoff, 23% beaten favorite. Power Squeeze is my best bet on this one. Might be the best bet on the card after all said and done. I'll have to go back and do some reviewing in the morning. Obviously, we're going to wait on post scratches. I'll try to give some sort of update if there's any kind of major switches, things of that nature. But the 24:48 pace to run at in the Serena Song and still just missed. I think she's primed for a big one. I think I see Power Squeezing past randomized on the lead at the wire for the win. So if you wanted to go maybe like I don't know, an exacta box with randomized and Power Squeeze, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But what I'm going to do is play Power Squeeze for the win. And if the odds are good enough, like if I can get 5-2 or better, I'll go win place. Then I'll key it. And it's also going to be the single in the leg 2. So we're singling the 8 leg 2. And I like this trifecta key. It's kind of a cute one. And it's not that expensive either. And you can play it for $1. I'm going to key the 8. And then I'm going to go over the 1-3 in the second slot. And then overall for the third slot on that bet. And we'll see how that plays out. I think it's like a $10 bet for $1 or something of that nature. But we're going to jump right over to race number 11, the United Nations. If you remember from my previous video, we really hammered down on this one. I spent a lot of time trying to get this one figured out, and it's a really tough one to figure. It almost looked like at first redistricting was just like the nuts. So, but after looking at some other things, I don't think it's quite as convincing. But we'll start with the mile and 3/8 on the turf, and the number one corruption, obviously facing horses like Farbridge, integration deterministic. Got 3 straight wins at Gulfstream Park earlier this year. Unraced at Monmouth. I don't know if that really makes a big difference. Javier Castellano still a little shaky on the jockey there. He's just been really mundane, really average so far. So I think that usable if you want, but I don't know if I'm going to get there. You'll find out in a minute. Tawny Port. This is my sweaty try hard. I'm rooting for this one. I want to say that the Pan American was a bad race, but still finished sixth against. She just pressed. It was the first off the layoff, and it was a mile and a half, and then she was just running along. I mean, the pace was fine, but running along in third, and then just got kind of out finished by better horses for the most part. But I don't fault the effort. I think it was pretty decent. Then this obviously the Belmont Gold Cup was a complete crap show at the mile and 3/4 distance after it got pulled off the turf. I mean, 81 links back, so they didn't try. She was through after 9 furlongs and they eased her up. So I think we'll come back and regroup. Second off the layoff for the trainer, pretty good. Does have some really big numbers back here, and obviously just missed this race last year with rivals Grand Sonata and Get Smoking in it. So this one is a 6-year-old. We'll see if see if he's got anything left, and we'll go on to number 3. I'm really rooting for Tawny Port. Number 3 is the redistricting. It's probably going to be the favorite. 7-2, 1-for-1 at Monmouth. Really took to the surface that was labeled as good. I think what I liked was just the race on the surface, and I think would be even better if they have a firm surface instead of good, which it looks like they will, and just the comfortable lead at an honest pace. 49 for the half is pretty weak actually for a mile and an eighth, but was able to just plow home, kick away, and beat a couple of weak ones. But the Turf Classic was against Spirit of St. Louis, Mercante. That was Derby Day. I mean, that's big timers there. Had the lead at the top of the stretch, going a mile and an eighth, and just flattened out. And that was on a good turf, but that was a really soft turf. It rained all day. So for that turf to be rated as good, I'd say it was borderline yielding by the time they ran that race. But it is what it is. So redistricting obviously has some big races back in October last year. Seabiscuit almost got there against me, Hermano Ramon. So probably a solid choice on the ticket. Then I waffled on this one as well. Limited liability, more class, string of good finishes, and always seems to run pretty well. But I don't know if maybe just needs a little more P than E as far as the early pressing style, because just falling off right here at the tail end. And Frankie Dettori's back up again, so maybe he's got hopefully something in store for us. I mean, the win at Kentucky Downs actually kind of shies me away from it, going 2 1/16, just because horses that run on that different configuration, the kidney shaped, the undulations, the up and down, the more Euro style course doesn't typically translate. So I think this one's going to be in the mix. The Red Smith was a pretty good run against integration, but the 2 losses by a neck, I think probably should have grabbed a win on one of these, especially the grade 3 off the layoff. But if you want to excuse that, then the next out in the Elkhorn was a step up in class. It was just beat by a head, so it's not like that he wasn't right there. I mean, it was a good move, but the -22 opening click is why that horse was on the lead so long. So I'm gonna probably not get there this time. Grand Sonata, I don't think is going to run as well as he did last year. He is a gamer when it comes to this caliber of company, and it's a pretty good fit. He's a 2-time graded stakes winner, second place in last year's United Nations. Obviously, the Belmont Gold Cup, everybody's drawn a line through that. But the Elkhorn wasn't very good either. But then when you get back to this distance, mile and 3/8, Gulfstream missed by a head to capture the flag. And then you have to go down a lot further to Monmouth, and that was the second by a nose. So this particular setup is probably good for the horse and might be some really nice odds. So probably an underneath exotics play for me, but not going on the ticket. Vote No is one that I might consider for the ticket. The winner of the Cape Henlopen, just a sparkling close. Now going for 3 in a row. A horse that has run in one graded 1 stakes at Kentucky Downs, but didn't run very well. So just running against weaker horses, but having really, really good results. But if this one's got lightning in the bottle since Kelsey Danner took over, maybe there's something to be had here from jumping up to the stretch out to 104. If that horse runs around 98, 99, he's going to come closing. So I don't mind that at all. Now, number 7, I got a little more information on this time around. I didn't even think about it at the time. Sometimes these things escape me. But 9-2 won the Corleywood and should get enough pace to close into. And as much as I trust Luis Saez, he doesn't have a mount on this horse. Jose Ortiz is the main mount. And the reason why I say that is because this horse had an accident last year in the stall and injured the left eye and had to be removed. So he's left eye blind, which is the one for your inside horses and inside rail. That's really compromising, but horses have really kick-ass peripheral vision, like almost 360-degree peripheral vision with those big old eyeballs. So the right eye gets it done for the large part, is able to look off to the left, but there is a blind spot in there. And you can see coming down the stretch in the Corleywood how the horse bored in a couple of different times. I actually bumped into another horse like a blind person did and was like, excuse me, and then kind of straightened out and then kind of drifted left in. And Jose did a great job of straightening them out and then got there for the closing win. But this is upper company and tougher sledding. A horse I wouldn't mind using in the race, but I don't know that's going to be on the win ticket. So starting over is out there for Brittany Russell. I just don't see anything I like here. I know the 103 was pretty good, but to finish third in that race behind Votno and Harrow, there's just better horses here. Got killed in the Elkhorn, wasn't any good last year in this race. So did win the grade 2 at Gulfstream with Easy Eddie aboard, but I don't know. Beat Tawnyport, and Tawnyport can't win. So beat Tawnyport by a neck. And Tawnyport struggles to win races, so that's my reasoning behind that. Now, Major Dude is one I struggle with. Has performed very well since switching to the turf. Has 6 wins, 3 seconds, 3 thirds. So, 12 out of 19 in the money. Last 2 outings were good. I like how he races inside close quarters, handles that pretty well. Johnny V rode him one time down here to a win. All that stuff looks good. Major Dude. You're going to laugh at me when I show you the leg, this leg of ticket, leg 3, but the money's there to spend, so we're going to do it. And then we got Get Smoking, last year's champion. I played the odds saying that he won't win because he won the race last year, and there was another year older as well. I think that makes sense, and I'm not going to bother getting into Lord Stark and Hush of a Storm because I don't think either one of those two have a shot in hell. So I am going to play Tawnyport as a long shot play, the number 2 win place show. And I'm probably going to use the leg 3. I'm going to take the 1 through 10, all 10 horses. Yes, I'm spreading. Yes, that ain't handicapping. Well, we're not always trying to handicap. We're sometimes trying to catch a big price because you can't always predict turf races, and especially with this field. So we're going to give it a shot and go 10 deep here. But I do like Tawnyport. I like the 3 redistricting. I do like Major Dude a little bit as well. And Rebel Red, I think, can close. And Vote No is a good sleeper. So all those horses line up pretty good. And then we're going to round things out with just a brief discussion on the Haskell, because I'm going to have a full-blown video on the Haskell. So basically what it amounts to here is I'm just going to bring up strategy. And we'll go ahead and break off there, and we'll talk about strategy because I don't need to show you past performances. All you have to do is check out the video. Now, 2 ways to play it. You either single the 2 or you leave them out and then use others. So we're going to make 2 tickets here to finish up, 1 single in the 2 and the other singling the other 3 horses that I like, which are Burnham Square, number 4, number 6 Gosker, and number 8 Goal Oriented. So those 3 are the B ticket, so to speak, or ticket number 2. So leg 4 A ticket is going to single the 2. Leg 4B is going to play the 4, 6, 8. So wrapping things up, the first 50-cent pick 4, we're going 4 across in leg 1. That's the 1, 2, 6, and 7. Then we're singling the 8 power squeeze in leg 2. Then we're playing the 1 through 10. And the reason why is because we have 2 singles. So we're going to spread deep. I almost clicked the all button, but I didn't want to pump the ticket up too much more because I just don't see how in the hell the 11 and the 12, if they lose, then fine. I'll live with that. But I'm going 1 through 10 because I think all are semi-capable. And maybe we get a bomb like Tawnyport to win. And then the 2 on the end makes for a 50-cent pick 4 ticket only $20. So that's pretty cheap. Now, pick 4 ticket number 2 is going to be a little more expensive because we only have the 1 single. So we are going to go the same 1, 2, 6, 7 on top for leg 1. We're still singling the 8 power squeeze leg 2. Then we're just going to go 6 deep. So we can still spread deep in here. 2, 3, 6, 7, 9, 10. And off the top of my head, I don't remember the names of the horses. I know we just talked about them a few minutes ago, but it's horses like Major Dude. It's horses like Get Smoking. It's Connie Port in there, redistricting, things of that nature, and Vote No. Then the last leg is going to be the 4, 6, and the 8. That's going to be your Burnham Square, your Gosker, and your goal oriented. That's only a $36 ticket for 50 cents. So that's 2 good options for you, and that's your 400K. I could have swore I read 500, but anyway, there's a couple of inexpensive options for you to look at there. Remember, I'm just going to start caveating this. I'm not here to give out picks. My goal is to just bring you into the process, pass along some knowledge that I gain with my own eyes when I watch race replay after race replay. I read these racing forums, I read the Brisnets, I try to read articles. I do tons and tons and tons of research to try to narrow things down. And then I throw in some picks just for the general public. And if you want to tail them, fine, that's great, but they're not always guaranteed to be Mr. Expert DRF handicapper. Those guys are wrong as often or more than I am. So I'm not really ashamed to admit that. But I do hope this video was quite helpful. I hope you check out all the racing content from both the Saratoga and the Monmouth race days. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and leaving those comments for future Split the Pot contests. Check out the Haskell betting video coming up today. Best of luck this weekend. We'll see you soon.